Good morning. This is Rosemary, owner of Hands of Light by Rosemary, located in New Jersey, and the Lightwalker's Path podcast. It's a place to find your soul's purpose, have enlightened conversations, and meet fabulous guests like today, Cheryl Stelty, and she is from Colorado. What's the name of your business, Cheryl?
Star of Divine Light.
Beautiful. And I'm
Divine
so
Light.
thrilled to meet you. So, Star of Divine Light. We have a lot of things in common. I was looking at your bio. I also am a spiritual teacher. I also am a healer, a Reiki master teacher, and author. So it's exciting to see someone who is doing similar things in a different way at your part of the world. So let's talk about what you love to do. I see you have your books behind you. Tell me about what you do for your business.
Well, first, I just want to say it's truly an honor to be here and to connect with you and your audience. It's like, yes, yes, yes.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
And so what do I do? Well, I am primarily a master healer. So I've studied and practiced multiple modalities over the years and created my own. I have a certification program, the Azarius Online
Okay.
Energy Healing Certification Program. And but through that, it's really my love is to do chakra readings, business chakra readings, mediumship. I love to
Mm-hmm.
do all that and work with people one on one.
Love that.
There's so much out there. The
Mm-hmm.
number one kind of rule that I studied and practiced for a while is, oh, you're not going to get rich if you work one on one. You really need to do groups and da da da. So I tried that, and it is great, but it's nothing is like working
I
directly
agree.
with one person in a container for a period of time and help them get the greatest transformation that they
Mm-hmm.
can get. And all the people that come to me, and it seems I'm attracting more and more older people, mature
Yes,
people,
yes,
so much work. They've been meditating for 40 or 50
yes.
years
They
or
need that shift.
and they've done everything and they just need someone to help them get unstuck because they
Yes,
have subconscious blocks.
absolutely.
And so people always say to me, Cheryl, you go deeper than anybody else.
Uh-huh.
And so I help them go into the number one or, whatever the things are that are getting in the way of their own evolution
Absolutely.
and raising
Yes.
vibration.
I,
Anyway,
I agree. I've had times where I was getting people that are a little bit younger that were just kind of like lost. And now I'm getting people like in my age group and older that are looking for shifts and they're making changes in their life. And I also do like the one-to-one sessions, which I love. And I help people also shift and find out where those blocks are. So that's very similar to us. I read that you have your own method called the ACE method, awareness, clearing and empowerment. And I would like to know, like, when people sign up for that with you, how many one-to-ones is that? Is it a package of something? What does it actually entail? Like, give me like the Reader's Digest version. And
okay,
you
well,
know Reader's Digest like I do, right? I should be careful. I don't know if the young ones know what that is, but
Well,
the capsule.
actually, so the ACE method is an ebook. It's
Okay.
directions on how to do all this. So we can put a link to that in the show notes. I'm happy
Okay.
to provide that. And that's really for people that, for whatever reason, don't want to, or they don't have the money right now to work with me and they can do it on their own. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
also, I have another free gift that we can talk about that can go along with that. But the
Okay.
first way I work with people is a program that I developed through my first book, Heal Your Neck Issues and Let Your Throat Chakra Shine. And so people
Absolutely. Front and back, man.
yes. And
Love
some
that.
people say, well, I don't have neck pain, I don't have this problem.
The block.
Really, what happens is so many people, and I did this alongside many other healers for years. And I've talked to people who said, well, I've been to so many people around my throat chakra, but the problems keep coming back. The
Mm-hmm.
reason that happens is because your throat chakra issues are not originating in your throat chakra.
No,
All
they're in the
starts
heart,
in the
right? Or the first
no,
chakra? No?
the root. It
The
all
root. Yeah, the first
starts,
chakra.
yeah, the
Yes.
first chakra. It all starts in the root. You're right. And so it has to be cleared there so the energy, the light can rise
Mm-hmm.
up. And so through that program, we work very intensely for a period of 10 weeks.
10
And
weeks.
I have
Okay.
the online portal. There's meditations in there for you,
Mm-hmm.
videos and that sort of thing. And then on the 11th week, so we clear all the blocks, and it's not just about healing, it's so much about empowerment. Because
Yes.
you have to have the empowerment piece to move into who
Oh,
you
yeah.
really are in the world and that new state of being
Absolutely.
and becoming that person that you can't currently imagine. And then during the 11th session, I do a final long chakra reading uh,
Mm-hmm.
to help you understand how much progress you've made. And then I give you some personalized practices to
Beautiful.
continue to move forward.
Beautiful. So I have a question about your chakra readings because I'm a Reiki master teacher and an angelic channel. So I channel readings for people and I kind of know where they're blocked as well. So when you're doing your work to determine where someone is blocked, is it a question and answer? Because I know like as a healer, we kind of know stuff intuitively. We might be channeling it, and we also may go off the body using our healing methods. So when you determine where a person is blocked, how do you determine which chakra that they need the most with it? Or did you always start with the root because that's like the survival chakra? Like where do you begin?
Yeah, it is often the root, you're right. But when I do a reading, the first thing I get is the number one message that the universe, God, source wants you to hear right now with
Okay.
respect to your problem. The number one message comes through immediately. And
Okay.
so, and then I go to the root chakra and I work my way up and I go to all
Mhm.
the chakras. So this is how I see them and I
Okay.
them and I actually become the person.
So you become a surrogate like I do as if you do long distance Reiki. I
Exactly.
get it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so the way I don't see the chakras as, everything you see, all the images of the lotus flowers and the
Right.
petals
No.
and all the colors. No, that's not what they look like to me. Um, I see them as light.
Mhm. Or
So
dark.
people
Yeah.
are light beings. We
Yes.
are energetic,
Right.
period. So
Yes.
it can let you know where your light is flowing well, what your superpowers are,
Mhm.
and what the blocks are to you gaining clarity and moving forward. And I see those blocks most of
Yeah.
them as black. So I see
Yes.
what's in the way and then I tune into them and I can let you know what it's about based in each of the chakras, but I don't just look at the chakra, their energy centers as you know.
Right. It goes to the whole body.
Right.
Right.
But it's
Mhm.
I look at there's different meanings for the top, the bottom, the sides,
Mhm.
and I see what I call the forward dimension. And what I see, and I think you'll find this really interesting, Rosemary. I'd been doing the chakra readings for a number of years, and then I started seeing this spike behind the back of the root chakra.
Mhm.
What is that? And it started showing up, and now I see it all the time, and I call
Wow.
the spike of purpose. So I can let
Oh,
you know where you're at right now with respect to your soul's purpose.
that's super cool.
And
Yeah.
and the interesting thing is, well, it used to be that most young people don't even have that spike yet. It's not
Mm.
developed. It's when you start to move into it. And I see such interesting things going on. And I'm seeing a little bit of a trend around people moving to a higher level of purpose. So there's
Mhm.
a shift. It's sort of shaped kind of like an ice cream cone, but it's much longer and narrower. So it's
Mhm.
very long. And when people are so in alignment with their purpose, it's so bright. It's so filled with light.
Beautiful.
And I've been seeing recently the bottom half for a number of people has turned gray or it's a
Great.
mix of black and white and it's brittle and it's falling away because they're leaning into purpose at a deep
Change.
layer.
Yes.
It's
I
it's
love that.
So, and then I also can see if there's, and this isn't common, but sometimes it happens where there's energy coming from another source that's in the field. It
That,
might be stuck on them and
yeah.
restricting them somewhere, and it's
Yes.
from another source. So that could be a
Yes. It's
person or something attached.
yes.
And that's so easy to get rid of. I can always do the healing right there. I
Right. But
send that.
there's also that free will thing, because I find with a lot of people, they're like walking around like hermit crabs with all this other junk on them because they don't know how to clear or ground themselves. So they go through almost with like holes in their energy field, and they're at risk for like catching on to energies that aren't theirs, and they hold them. So I tell my healers too, there's something called a compassion response. When you're done working with a client, you have to literally intend to clear yourself and let that energy go. So my question too, like you're really clairvoyant. Did you always feel you had this when you were younger? And how did you come to what you're doing now? Because I know that you're a seer, you're clairvoyant, and also have mediumship abilities because you told me that. So when did this come for you that you understood it, that you said, "Oh, that's me. I can work with this."
Did not have it as a
Did
child.
not.
This was not a gift. It was developed and
Okay.
uh, and practiced. I had a calling once I got on a spiritual path. It's 32 years now. And my world started to open up spiritually. And I
Yeah.
remember I started to read about this, and I did some practices. I wish I could remember that first book, but I remember doing some of these exercises and having some success. So
Yes.
it was encouraging. But I also teach it.
Yes.
I teach my higher level, my more advanced clients how to do the readings and
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing. And I just, one of my previous clients has just had a tremendous breakthrough. It's just like her whole world. She is clairvoyant,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, you know what I mean? And
I
she's,
do. I do. I've had this happen with some of my clients as well. That's really
yes, yes,
interesting.
because
Yes.
we all have the capacity.
Yeah.
It's but what are our unique skills? So no, I teach it, and it's like I grew into it at different levels. And I have to say, it took me all my, I mean, I kind of, I have been in the past sort of the queen of resistance. It
Hmm.
and I mean that in sort of, what will people think? If I
Yeah.
call myself that, what will people think?
I was a school teacher. I get it. I taught kids for 32 years and while doing my business, and like I kept them very separate. And then eventually like the whispers start and then people are like, "Can you do a reading for me?" But I understand that feeling of like, what will they think? And then you're like, I'm an overachiever too. So I'm like, okay, I have all the degrees. I'm a very well-grounded person. What will they think if they knew that I'm communicating with angels, And that was mostly related to like, I was more concerned with what my family would think. It wasn't really other people. And I think that's where a lot of us are stuck until we say, you know what? If they love me, they love me. That's all there is to it. And then you just keep moving, keep moving forward.
Thank you for sharing that, because it really is that. It's, what will my family think? Because
Yeah.
the first time I had such a profound experience with my deceased brother's spirit came to visit me. And when
Mm.
I shared that with my family, my father completely denied it. No, it
Oh,
she made it up. And
yes.
so my other brothers were sort of interested, but then I think they went on board with my dad, and my
Yeah.
mom sort of remained interested, but then nobody ever wanted to talk about it. And so, I've written 3 books. I do all this work. Nobody ever asks.
It's so funny. I get the same thing. It's like everybody in your own family. It's like even the Bible. Jesus didn't practice in his town because he just couldn't. So he had to go outside of his town. So it's like I get that understanding where the people you want the most validation from, you don't get it. It's everyone else that meets you as you and not you're my sister, my brother, my this, my that. Right?
Yes.
It happens that way.
And it's okay. There was a time, I did a few healings on my mother, but then she wanted to stop. It was
Hmm.
she didn't she just wasn't ready to go deeper, and so that
Hmm.
was great. It was
Mhm.
fine. And then I did lead some meditations for my mom, one of my brothers, and another brother came to some group energy healings because he was really
Nice.
suffering. He was in a lot of pain, and it helped him tremendously.
That's amazing.
Then none of them continued. It was like a short period of time
Yes,
because they weren't ready to face their stuff. It's
of
too
course.
hard.
It's emotional, sure.
Yeah, and I'll bet you so many of the listeners out there may have it. It's like, to me, there's most often, just the one really spiritual soul in a family.
I also see that all the time, and I know that was my calling to come in here as the healer to my family. I also lost a sister when I was young. She died of cancer, and it affected my parents, it affected my older sister a lot. Since I was young, thank God, I was able to kind of see it very differently. So it didn't impact me in the same way, but I saw the impact on my family before the time when family counseling was a thing. So none of us had any of that. So it was all just like pulling yourself up and doing your best and seeing, like my mother was always terrified when someone got sick. Like if I had a cold, I wouldn't tell her. I'd call her when I felt better, just if I needed the sympathy. But I wouldn't call her and say, Mom, I'm not feeling good. Because my mother would like freak, like, oh my God, you're going to die. And I understand it in my heart, being a parent and that. But it's rough, and it's good that people have like you and me and other healers that can help shift them, especially when they've dealt with things early on that affected their body and their soul.
Absolutely. And I understand what you're saying. I really get it. And so
Yeah.
sometimes in that way, we might feel a little alone in our families. And yet at the same time, if we remember that when we're doing our own personal work, when we're doing our healing
Mm-hmm.
empowerment, and when we're reaching out for help, we all need help at
Yes.
times. It's we can't do it all on our own because
No.
it's so hard to see our blind spots. And yet, if you can remember that no matter what, all
Mm-hmm.
the work you're doing is rippling out to them.
I I
It's
I
affecting
agree.
them, and you
Yes.
will see it more and more and more. And that's I think one of the best
Oh
re-
yeah. They say you heal your family line back and forward in time when you work on what you need to do for your own soul growth because we're all connected by spirit. We're all in soul groups and family groups. So, I totally resonate with that from you. Um, okay, so my question too is like when you need to clear yourself or get yourself back in alignment, what are some of your self-care practices that you like to do that make you feel good or that clear you from the energy? Is it just intention? Is it music? Like what is it for you?
oh, it's meditation for sure. For sure. Meditation is my number one. But outside, and it's specific, in every meditation, I'm going into my subconscious, period.
Right.
It's because I use a long, full breath, and that
Mm-hmm.
changes the brain function. It takes us out of the left brain, the linear brain,
Mm-hmm.
into the right brain. And I'm talking 6 or 8 seconds, not just a count of four. So
Right.
long, full breath. So I always do that. But let's say in the moment, something's going on in my life. Um, and I get in my head, I'll use a phrase like, I am here,
Mm-hmm.
I am, or if there's a situation that's really intense and I'm feeling reactive, um, I might say, this isn't who I am.
I love that. I
I,
love that.
you know,
Yes.
but it's also body, really getting into the body. I might bring my awareness into my heart,
That's what I
and
do.
and
Yes.
bring my awareness into my root chakra. I might bring my awareness into my feet. But it really is primarily the big thing that I do with all of those. None of those are as successful on their own as when I combine it with a full breath. So my
Mm-hmm.
body will automatically react now in situations where, oh, the my stress level might go up or something shocking, and
Mm-hmm.
my belly just it's like my body wants to calm its own sympathetic nervous system
Yes.
immediately. And so I practice breathing, and then if there's something really difficult, uh where that can be hard to do, we hold our breath. We
Yes.
learn
And our
to
shoulders, right?
So yes,
Yes.
so sometimes that can happen, but it's so easy to recognize now, and then I can just breathe fully and calm that,
Hmm.
and and then take the time whenever it's available to really process all
Yes.
the emotions and look into, what do I need to learn from this? What is this reflecting back to me?
Absolutely. What's it showing me? What's it teaching me? That's
Yeah.
always the way to shift. Like when anybody goes through a problem, I always tell them you have to look for the kernel of truth that it's teaching you. Because if you don't do that, you'll always go back into blame or regret instead of I went through this because it's an opportunity for my soul to grow. What did I learn from being in this situation? And then for me, like again, the heart chakra thing is I go into the heart, I do the holding the breath, like and letting it go. I love walking in nature and I pray. I pray and do my gratitude when I'm walking by the lake. So there's lots of things that I do. Salt baths are great too. Love those. But I know that us as healers, especially when you're a sensitive or an empath, it's so easy for us to get affected if we're not in our good space ourselves. So self care for me is really important. So when I work with others, it doesn't affect me in a negative way. It's only a heart-centered, I'm helping you, but then I have my boundary when I'm done. So I think that's the way that I work. So you have a couple books. I saw you have one called Blocked to Powerful, and you have Client Magnet behind you. Is this one yours to heal your neck issues and throat chakra?
Yeah, that was the first one I was talking about.
Love that. And what's the other one? Houses of Light. Is that also yours, or that's just a
Yeah,
reading?
that's a compilation book.
Love that.
Right, that
Love that.
you could see that one
I
back.
can actually, and I love
You
all
have
your
good
crystals and
eyes.
your amethyst, et cetera, et cetera. I love those as well. So, are your books on your website? Are they on Amazon? How can people find them?
They're on both. The Houses of Light is not on my website. Um, it's but all three books, the other my all my main books that I've written as a solo author. There's a thought I just want to go back to, if I can, and I'll speak
Yeah,
about
sure.
books, that you say the self-care is so important, and I understand the nature thing. I don't know what I would do if I didn't walk in nature every day.
Oh, yeah, it's very grounding. Yeah,
It's and it's connecting to the whole, connecting to
connecting from the
all.
bottom of the feet to the
Well,
heart to the
and
root.
but I live up in the mountains of Colorado now,
Oh,
and I'm in this. It's like a bit of a valley, and I have 360 degrees mountains around me, and I just feel
beautiful.
held. I feel so loved and held. So it's about receiving. It's also
Love that.
about receiving, and it's one of the things so many people in the Western world are not good at receiving. We're so
Oh,
conditioned to express, do,
yes, yes, to
manifest,
do more.
create, as opposed to just be and receive. And so that's part of my life, my practice, and it allows me to be in that state of being. So when I'm doing the Azaria's healings on people and the readings, I'm just a vessel,
That's
I'm just
beautiful.
part of the all. So anyway, yes. And so you can get my books on Amazon as well. The throat chakra book is available in audio.
In
That's
audio.
that's the only
Mm-hmm.
one, but they're all available on Kindle and that sort of thing. And the throat
Yes.
chakra book, if you get it, there's also there's companion meditations
Love
that you
that.
can that you can get with that one.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
client magnet book was born out of the throat chakra book. So what happened? I had a number of coaches I started working with,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just asking me, how are you getting all your clients? I'm like, I don't know, they just come to me.
Law of attraction.
And but I don't practice the law of attraction.
But you don't have to. It's a mindset and the energy
Yeah, it's
because
the
that's how I
energy.
get all my clients is like they've always come to me because of the heart energy you're sending out and it's a magnetic draw. So even if you don't know it's law of attraction, you're actually doing it because of the energy you're putting out in the universe.
That's right. That's right. And I agree. It is the heart energy. And for me, what I discovered, it's also really the solar plexus,
Oh
because
yeah, the
solar,
confidence. Yeah.
it's the depth of the heart. It's where we feel our deepest emotions. It's where we all feel our
Mm-hmm.
emotions. And to me, the solar plexus is all about truth and power. And
Power.
truth, your deepest truth is power. And it's
Yes.
divine truth and power flowing through you. So when we can get that to a really vibrant state and radiate
Mm-hmm.
that out, we're going to attract all the clients, and we have to clear the blocks that are
Yes,
keeping
and
us
know
from
that you're
reaching.
worthy of it. That's the block that a lot of people have in the third chakra. Is like, am I worthy? Am I worth it? And it's such a creative, empowering chakra, the third chakra. So when I teach my healers too, it's like this heals through, through
Yeah.
the heart and through energy and through living your authentic self and your purpose, like what you want to do in life and feeling joy with it. Because I really think that that's so important. Like people always say if they don't like their job, I'm like, well, do something else, like you've got to love what you're doing. That brings such heart energy and such love to what your life is, right?
Yes, yes, and sometimes, so yes, do something else, which can be a great risk, but it's getting
Hmm.
you to that place where you have the call and you know what that something is,
Yes, yes.
or it's being your true self in the work you're already doing and finding
That's right. Finding that kernel, finding that thing that is your service or your joy. Even if you're cooking meals or cleaning garbage, it doesn't matter. If you're doing it with that feeling of I'm in service, I'm helping, that is a different energy than I hate my job. It's so
exactly.
different.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
last book, the From Block to Powerful, that's my most recent book. And I think of it sort of as my legacy book. I wanted this one
Yes.
on the planet when I'm gone.
Yes.
And it is, all of them are workbooks. All of them are filled with the first two, all meditations. But in the last book, I put in my most powerful practices, some from, that are very shamanic,
Mhm.
some based in Sufism, some, based, I've studied so many modalities. So
Mhm.
it's a real mix. It's a real
Mhm.
mix from block to powerful. And what also led me to write the book was I created an advanced program. Some of my clients
Mhm.
slash students wanted to continue to work with me longer, and so
Love that.
I just said okay, and I got all the guidance I needed in it. It's
Mhm.
a 9-month advanced program which has been incredibly successful, that
Love
ends with
that.
a retreat, but I that book sort of
Mhm.
came alongside that program.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I have books also. I have them three spiritual books. The two of them are workbooks, and then I write for kids as well. So I have all different age levels, middle grade and primary. And I'm working on a YA right now. But I also think it's another way to communicate through our soul, through our throat, through our confidence center, our mission in the world, because not everybody's going to catch that mission or that help in the same way. So I try different things and just see what happens. Mine are also on Amazon. Okay. What is the name of your website so people can find you? Can you name that?
Yes, starofdivinelight.com.
Star of Divine. I love the name. Star of Divine Light. I'm
Yes,
writing it down.
that was a download. I
Yeah.
the Star of Divine Light Institute, and I, because of my experience in a spiritual school, I thought I never want to have a spiritual school. I'm always just going to be Cheryl. But when I started certifying people doing running those programs, one of my clients said, I people ask me, you know, what school did I go to? And now,
Yeah. So you have to. Yeah.
and I was like, okay. So then I just asked for guidance, and I just really got,
Uh-huh.
and the name came immediately because we are all stars of divine light. And
Love that.
there's
Yes.
a very old Sufi prayer that sort of that really hits in my heart. And so the name is just very symbolic, name of the school to me.
Hmm. Very
And to
beautiful.
others, I hope people feel the energy of it.
Yes. So you're mentioning a school. I know you mentioned the word before. Did you say Astara?
Just star of divine
No,
light.
I know that, but you mentioned something before, a program that you studied or you had. I just sounded familiar to me. That's why I'm asking.
Hmm.
Maybe I misheard you. I'll have to email you or something. But yeah, that's
I,
amazing.
I I mentioned my Azarius energy.
Azaria, that's the
Yeah.
name.
So
Okay.
that's my certification program.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, Azaria. Okay. Let me just write that down.
Yeah,
Okay.
Azarias, Azarias. It was
Azarias.
based on um arc, and you work with the angels.
I do.
Archangel Raphael
Love Raphael.
came
Yeah.
to Earth at one point in time disguised as this guy named Azarius, and he helped
Love
protect
that.
Tobias. And
Yeah.
that was also a download for me.
Okay.
I was getting
That's
this name, I'm getting this name. I'm like, what is that? What is
love them.
it about
Yeah, I
it?
was getting my first communication was from Angel Uriel, and I had no idea who this even like what angel this was until after I downloaded my first message down in 1993. So yeah, they have a way to get to us whether we wanted to or not. Like they're there, like okay, let's go. This is what we want you to do, and then free will. You can do what you need to do. All right. We talked about your books. Oh, okay. I was going to ask you. So, do you have on your website, or people can just sign in and get like a chakra reading, or it has to be that with a program? What, like, do you
No,
have a separate reading?
definitely people can sign in and just get a chakra reading. I'm
Beautiful.
also doing the business chakra readings now, which have been a
Love
huge
that.
success. Women in business where they're in a transition or they're feeling stuck, they've hit a glass ceiling and they need clarity
Love that.
how
That's
to
a
move
great
forward
idea.
and what their blocks might be. And
Yes.
it has been fascinating to do those. So yeah, so no, you don't have to do a program or
Love that.
anything to get those. I love doing them.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, that's great to know. Yeah, so I think, is there anything else you wanted to mention before we close today?
Uh, I just, what I'd like to say to all of you is
Mm-hmm.
that you are powerful beyond what you can currently imagine.
Mm-hmm.
You can't know who you're becoming. So
Yes.
just sit in that and receive all the support of Source, the Creator, God,
Mm-hmm.
universe. You're supported all the time, the angelic beings, that you're moving along. And a lot of this work is about allowing and
Mm-hmm.
to it, receiving. So, yes,
Yes.
there's all the things to do and allow yourself to
To
be
be.
in
Yeah. Love
transform.
that. Love that, Cheryl. You've been a pleasure. Thank you. It was a beautiful experience to meet you. This has been the Lightwalker's Path. I'm Rosemary DiTrolio, your guide, and this is a place to find inspiration. And please check Cheryl's site and mine as well at rosemaryd.com. Please comment, share, subscribe, do all those beautiful things. Take a breath and step into the light. Have a beautiful, blessed day.